morning. Welcome to another day. They say slow and steady wins the race. That's
Yeah, well, but we're not slow on Wake Up Nigeria.
No,
we're not slow in any way.
We're super fast.
But we help you out, you know. We try to get you set for another amazing day. It's going to be another amazing Tuesday morning experience on your favorite breakfast show.
Talking about Wake Up Nigeria. Yeah, top of the morning to you today. We got you through Monday, and we intend to get you through today in another big way. You know what I mean?
Yes, Wake Up Nigeria style. Now, let us tell you something. It doesn't get better than this in the morning, really. We have an eclectic show prepared for you, and the only thing we need you to do...
I like that word.
...is stay connected. Stay connected with us.
Stay connected.
However you can, even if you're on the move.
Yeah, so the website to visit, tvcontinental.tv. You can also check us out on Facebook at TVC Connect. Comments. Send us your comments. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. We've been promising to give out stuff since last week.
Yeah.
Probably today.
If Mike is in a good mood, you know, just saying. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Obe.
So, on our show today, of course, breakfast is always a big part of the show. We help you spice up your kitchen experience with our kitchen experience.
Yes.
We have one of the spiciest chefs ever. Chef D!
Yes, sir.
He's back.
So he's acting all cool and calm.
Yes, sir.
Cutting his peppers.
Good morning.
Hey, Mary.
Good morning, Mary. How's it going?
How's it going?
Very well, thank you.
Don't be intimidated by Chef D. Don't worry. He will allow you to learn something today.
I will teach you.
You did?
I'm wondering what you're going to do with that pineapple.
Don't worry, you keep your
always
fingers
excited
crossed.
whenever Chef D
Maybe he's going to be making some pineapple soup. Let's go straight to this morning's highlights. The chosen boy, Maiwa Bay, will be kicking off the show with us for a performance. We can't wait for that.
Yes, indeed. Now, after his performance... And as a regular Tuesday dose, we'll be discussing parenting and charity. Babatunde will be joining us to talk about the relationship between a father and a son.
And then we will be bringing you all the scoop in the world of entertainment. Mike and Honeypot will be joining us on the show to talk about this later.
Yes, indeed. And then what do you know about blood donation? Now, if you don't know much about it, don't sweat it. We have Bimbo Ashegbe. She went to cover a report on blood donation, and trust us to furnish you with such important information later on the show.
And finally, the founder of Thelma Cleans, Thelma Okonji, will be joining us to inspire us with a story of how she has been able to make lemonade out of lemons, literally.
Yes, indeed. Well, not literally.
Yeah,
not literally.
I know what you mean.
You know, when you talked about the blood donation part, I remembered something I saw on social media, and I decided to follow it up, asked a few people. Turns out that it's true.
What?
Apparently, someone went to donate blood. After donating blood, she collapsed.
Oh, dear me.
You know, free donation, of course. And she had to pay 7,000 naira to get the blood back.
No.
I'm not kidding you.
Really?
Yeah.
There should have been a check to know what the person's medical history, what's your limit, what can you do, all of that should have been in place.
Yes,
things like that are actually usually checked. I have no idea all the details, but from what I found out from the research I did, turns out that they were checked, but perhaps something happened along the line. But the thing is this, so many people were now like, why 7,000 naira? Why will I pay to get my blood back? But of course, there were things used
so you
get
definitely
the blood,
signed some documents and things like that before it happens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's one. Then two, the truth is there are a lot of people that actually need this blood.
Yes.
And there's always that stigma in the back of a lot of people's minds about, you know, giving blood. Hopefully with today's report, we'll be able to, you know,
be better educated.
I've actually given blood before. It's a simple enough process. They give you a form to fill. And so you take different things. Have you been sick over the last few days and things like that. So sometimes, and then even after you've donated blood, there are several things that they want you to do. They want you to sit down at a particular location for some time.
Then even hydrate.
So you continue to hydrate so that you just... Because sometimes when you suddenly get up after donating blood, you
could go woozy.
So that can happen.
I actually asked around where I could go. This was not on the internet then. This was some years ago, because I was like, because I knew of someone that needed it. And I was like, where could I go? And then there wasn't really much information about where I could go to give blood. And I was a bit surprised, that
you could go to any general hospital.
They didn't. They were wondering
they will
why.
be able to direct you to where to go, because there are actually some NGOs that deal with things like this. So you could actually go to the hospital. They will direct you to such places, or better still, like when you're pregnant, for example, and you go to the hospital, you have to donate, your husband has to donate blood for you. Those are ways they get blood free of charge to encourage people to donate more.
I remember,
it's really good.
Talking about NGOs, I remember when I gave blood, it was an NGO called Trauma Care Foundation.
Oh, wow.
And, so they, it was done in a particular location and it was good,
All right, well, it's good to hear that people still care and they want everybody to be aware. Of how they can care a little bit more. We have to go over to the news now.
IK is on standby for us.
Yomi, thanks very much indeed. Now here's the news update. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo has expressed regret and sadness over the tragic deaths of 9 National Youth Service Corps members in Rivers State and Gashaka local government area of Taraba State. They say that among 22 Youth Corps members who had gone on a picnic around the same area when the incident happened, extending condolence to the families and relatives of the victims on behalf of himself and the federal government. The acting president said that the nation had lost some of its talented and productive young people in their prime. And Governor Darius Ishaku of Taraba State has condoled with the National Youth Service Corps and families of 9 Corps members who drowned in rivers in the state on Saturday. Ishaku, in a statement by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Bala Dan Abu, described the incident as unfortunate and pathetic as well as regrettable. Ishaku advised Corps members to always inform officials of the NYSC and authorities of their primary assignments before they travel to the state to provide adequate security and safety coverage. Meanwhile, the state coordinator of NYSC, Florence Yaku, disclosed that 7 corpses were recovered. According to her, searching exercise is still on to find the remaining 2. It will be recalled that 9 of 22 Corps members who participated in a picnic last Saturday drowned in a river in Gashaka local government of Taraba after a sudden surge. Now, to reflect membership of their new party, members of the Ilorin West chapter of the People's Democratic Party have burned their PDP membership cards and also repainted their secretariat building to the color of the All Progressives Congress. The PDP chairman in Ilorin West local government area of Kwara State, Abdul Salam Sulaiman, said that 95% of PDP members in the council have defected to the APC. Ilorin West local government is where the Senate President Bukola Saraki hails from. Receiving the defective members, the chairman caretaker committee of the APC in the state, Bashir Balarawa, lauded them for collapsing the 12 wards of the PDP and charged them to work towards ensuring that APC emerges victorious in next year's general election. The People's Democratic Party caucus in the House of Representatives says that it has uncovered a plot by some All Progressives Congress senators allegedly being aided by security agencies to invade the Senate chamber and impeach Senate President Bukola Saraki. This was contained in a statement signed by its acting leader Onyema Chukwuka at the end of a closed-door meeting of all National Assembly complex. The caucus says that the clamor for the National Assembly to reconvene over urgent national issue is a ruse targeted at affecting a change in the leadership of the Senate. The lawmakers believe that the trend of events must be resisted by all true Democrats as well as well-meaning Nigerians, and warned against acts that would cause the nation's, of course, young democracy to slide into a gulf of dictatorship. Now, the All Progressives Congress legislators have described the PDP colleagues as meddlesome interlopers crying foul where there is none. Mohammed Mangono from the Borno State sees reason why both while both chambers of the National Assembly should not reconvene as a matter of national importance, especially on INEC's budget for 2019 election, as well as President Muhammadu Buhari's request for environment. Reacting to the alleged impeachment plot against Senate President Bukola Saraki, Mangono says not reconvening may be tantamount or equal to postponing the doomsday. Well, that's the news update at the moment. We bring you weather updates to help you plan the rest of the day. This show continues after that.
Hello, good morning and welcome. This is Sports on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Mesikeno. We'll kick off today, of course, with the ongoing crisis in the NFF as the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Solomon Dalong, on Monday inaugurated a 6-man reconciliation committee to bring a lasting solution to the lingering crisis in the Nigerian Football Federation. Inaugurating the committee in Abuja, Dalong said the NFF crisis has already impeded the desired growth and development of football in the country. Dalong said the committee was set up following a decision taken at the Stakeholders Roundtable on Governance Challenges of the NFF, held in July in Abuja. He said the committee's inauguration on Monday marked yet another milestone in the collective efforts to rescue Nigerian football and set it on a path of sustainable growth. Dalong urged the committee to identify the causes of a current leadership crisis in the NFF, evaluate the dimensions of the crisis and the contribution of the actors to the issues. Members of the committee are former NFF Presidents Ibrahim Galadima and Anthony Kojo Williams, Onye Giewado, Sam Jaja and Bolaji Ojoba. And Tanzania have appointed former Nigerian winger Emmanuel Amunike as the new head coach of the national team. And Spanish La Liga outfit have completed the permanent transfer of Nigerian international from Gelamco Arena. Moses Simon joined Levante for an undisclosed fee in a 5-year deal from Belgian outfit Ghent. All right, that's all we can take on sports this morning. Let's take a break now, and when we get back, we'll look at the headlines in the papers.
Well, the newspaper headlines this morning starts with the Daily Sun. Saraki Dogara INEC to reach compromise. Meet on 2019 elections budget projects environment, non-assent to amended electoral act. A couple of other riders there. Southeast lawmakers spit fire over Ekwere Madu. Obasanjo to blame for Nigeria's leadership woes, says Oshoba. Akpabio to join APC, says Buhari's aide. 116 Nigerians in Libyan slave camps, says the federal government. And finally, Ibeto U.S. investors to establish 2 cement factories, all on the cover of the Daily Sun.
The cover of the Guardian newspaper says, hope rises on 2019 polls budget as National Assembly leaders meet today. Osinbajo Lawan hold talks on lawmakers. Disquiet in Akwa Ibom over Akpabio's planned defection to APC. Deputy Governor debunks rumor of resignation. Dissertations by politicians can kill democracy, or rather, desertions, not dissertations, desertions by politicians can kill democracy. It also says here, PDP accuses presidency of blackmailing lawmakers over 242 billion naira 2019 poll funds. And it says also, INEC's deadline endangers 17 million prospective Nigerian voters. That's what it says on the cover of The Guardian.
All right, the punch is next. Saraki, other National Assembly leaders hold emergency meeting today. Presidency fears shutdown, urges immediate resumption. Southeast senators blame Ndume for Ekwere Madu's travails. A defection, Akpabio meets Tinubu in Abuja. Obasanjo laid foundation for bad leadership in Nigeria, says Oshoba. Thousands evacuated after dozens die in Indonesia island. And oil theft, 10 jailed for 12 years, forfeit ship to federal government. And Tanzania appoints Amuneke as national team coach, all on the cover of The Punch.
On the cover of The Nation newspaper, we have Akpabio Tinubu meet as PDP threatens action. Presidency says no terms attached. Constituents vow to reclaim seat. It also says here National Assembly leaders meet ahead lawmakers recall. Tribunal grants Fayemi access to electoral materials. The Thai cave boys are back in school, apparently, which is great news. U.S.-China trade wars push up oil prices. Dignitaries celebrate Ray Ekpu at 70. Then finally, how 9 NYSC members died in Taraba. 3-day mourning announced. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
All right, this day leads with a headline, Federal government may shut down unless National Assembly reconvenes, warns presidency. Says passage of supplementary bill crucial to implementation of 2018 budget. Federal government may begin 2018 capital releases this week. Despite improved rainfalls, power supply remains below 4,000 megawatts. PDP fixes 12 million naira as 2019 presidential nomination form fee. Restates APC 12 million.
12
naira,
million.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's less than the 30 million of a few years back.
Okay.
Restates APC presidency plotting to remove Saraki Ekwere Madu by force, and then says Akpabio set yet to resign. All on the cover of this day.
Okay, that's all we have time for on the newspaper headlines for now.
All right, we're heading to the garden now, where our fitness instructor is on standby for us.
Good morning, welcome to the breakfast show and the fitness segment, all right? And today we're just going to focus on breath. Okay, breath gives energy, light, vitality, calm, focus, the list is endless. And so today we're going to enjoy the benefits of breath. So just inhale, lift your hands up, and exhale. So we're taking 5 breaths each with every pose. Inhale. Little fingers can face each other, and then you can pull your belly button in towards your spine. Exhaling. Take 2 more breaths. The last one in. And then gently fall forward. All right, and this time around, you step back to the downward facing dog. I'll do it to the side so you can see properly. Make sure your wrist is being pulled away from your shoulders. And in here, you can take 5 breaths still. Just go at your own pace. And then as your last breath, gently bring your knees down, hands under your shoulders. And then we're going to do the cat and count. So you inhale, chin to chest, and then exhale. Make sure you take your head all the way back. Inhale, round your back, chin to chest. Exhale, all the way back. Just keep going, inhaling. Exhaling, I'm sure we have 2 more to go. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. In, round, and exhale. So come back to downward facing dog, pressing in and gently walking your hands towards your feet and come sitting down. All right, so we're just going to inhale, pull back, and exhale round. So as we focus on our breathing, We're just trying to clear our minds of all the clutters and all that we have to do, setting clear intentions for our week and I guess for the rest of the month and the year. So make sure you breathe in deep. You can hold here for a bit and exhale, arch. Last one in and exhale. So you gently lower little by little until you get to the floor. Don't rush it, just little by little until you come completely on the floor. So walk your feet backwards and we're just gonna do the bridge lift. So you lift up, in and out. Press back, inhale, lift up and exhale. We have 3 more to go. Inhale, breathe in and deep and exhale. Last 2 and down. Last 1. In, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and release. Now you're lifting both legs up. Pull your belly button in, hands by your side. Inhale and exhale. Now this is a little challenging, but it helps you to stay focused. In and out. Your legs might be wobbling by now. Breathe in, out. 2 more, stay with it. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. Now just gently squeeze your knees to your heart and open your feet. This is called Supta Baddha Konasana. 1 hand on your chest and 1 hand on your belly. Just inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. By now, you should be feeling a sense of calm and focus. You should be feeling energized within you because breath is life. Take 2 more breaths. The last one in and out. Okay, gently fall forward and just turn this way. So just inhale, and as you exhale, pressing forward, bring both legs this way. Bring your hands to your heart and just bow down and say namaste. So have a great week. Enjoy energy, vitality throughout your day.
And you just want to... Okay, I don't want to end up on the floor. Hello and welcome to the kitchen. A very warm welcome to you. You know, there's something about male chefs that makes you want to see what they have to offer. But Chef D is tested and trusted. And I know he has something delicious for us this morning. Hello, Chef D.
Hello, good morning.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Good to see you here.
Good to be back.
Okay, so because I told you that time is not our friend, you decided to finish cooking before the cooking.
No, not really. I'm still prepping.
You're still this is part of prepping.
Still prepping.
Let's first talk about the ingredients, then we'll talk about what you've done here.
All right.
So what are you making today?
We're making coated chicken in sweet and sour sauce.
Coated chicken in sweet and sour sauce.
Yep.
All right. Ingredients?
Chicken, pineapple, all-purpose flour, corn flour, brown sugar, black pepper, garlic paste. We have apple wine, cinnamon, then soy sauce.
Okay, this is yogurt.
Yeah, that's Greek yogurt.
What's
and
this?
Tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce.
Yep.
All right. So
white onions and peppers.
Any particular reason for the choice of onions? Like,
white.
why not the regular ones?
Not just, it has to be the white ones.
Why does it have to be the white?
Because it requires white.
Okay, so what have you done here so far?
This is just a mix of flour and black pepper and salt.
Flour, black pepper, and salt.
And salt, yeah.
Just to make this up. Just
make this batter for the chicken.
How much flour is in here?
About a cup of flour.
A cup of flour?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, black pepper.
Then.
How much black pepper?
A pinch of black pepper and salt.
Just a pinch is what is this plenty, Chef D? Okay, so
let's say about a tablespoon of black pepper.
Okay.
Then salt. That salt should be probably a pinch, not too much salt on it, because we are still using light soy sauce.
Okay. And soy sauce has a lot of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now that the batter is ready, what are you making use of it for?
To coat the chicken.
To coat the chicken. Are we ready to do that now?
Definitely.
Please go ahead.
Okay. I'm adding this now.
The garlic paste.
Yeah, the garlic paste.
Okay. What's the purpose of the garlic paste?
For the flavor.
For flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I see you're not making use of cubes or anything for today.
No. Okay. I'm making use of light soy sauce now.
Light soy sauce.
Yep.
All right. So that's the one that has all the salt.
Yeah, it has all the sauce.
A good reason to be very careful when you're putting salt in your meals. If you're going to be making use of soy sauce, it's important to remember that contains a lot of salt.
Yeah, so you need to tone down the sauce in your milk.
So the chicken goes in. Which kind of coating is this? I actually thought you were just going to be putting it more. Wow.
Yeah, I should do it like this and leave it for some time.
More like marinating it in the
marinate,
sauce. Wow.
For about 5-10 minutes while it will go on with something else, then we'll deep fry.
So for how long will it be doing this?
You can do this for about 10 minutes. Depends on how soon, but 10 minutes is fine.
10 minutes, okay.
10 to 30 minutes.
No wonder you wanted to do all the prepping initially. So what? 10 minutes, okay.
10 to 30 minutes.
No wonder you wanted to do all the prepping initially. So what are we making use of the rest of the ingredients for?
We are making use of this to make our sauce.
Okay. As well as all of this.
All of this.
You know what? When we get back, you're going to be showing us how to make the sauce. By then, I'm sure you'd have cut up the pineapple.
Definitely.
All right, because we have to go on a break now.
All right.
Okay.
That's good.
Of course, you know you're watching Wake Up Nigeria. We have a performance coming up shortly. I need you to stay with us for that, all right?
Shaku, show them, bro.
You know, this song makes sense. So.
Thank you,
very making sense. You know, when I said that this guy, what does want to sing? And then very, very, very wonderful. Great song, nice one.
Thank you.
All right, of course, so we've got Olarinwaju Gabriel Mayowa, who is an exceptional musician with a very talented voice. Now, he has featured with superstars like Davido, Nice, Soli, Style Plus, and so on. Maybe the next one is P. Diddy and Drake. Great guy, I must say. He's also known as Chosen Boy and Omotonso.
In the whole of Surulere.
What does that mean?
Omotonso, they're talking about me, like the Chosen Boy. I'm on board, like I'm the next thing.
You're the next thing. Yeah. You really are. How long have you been doing music?
Yeah, I've been doing music for some years because I started as a gospel singer in the church because my dad is a pastor. And
what happened?
You know, everything is about, change is constant. Even Nigeria changed, you understand? So I just feel like, let me just, because everything is music, so
you're right.
Let's just do it, that's it.
I actually don't have a problem with that. You do, it's actually very good music because, I don't know so much about, I couldn't catch much of a lyrical content, but I knew that the instrumentals, the background, all of that. When you're making music, what's paramount for you? Do you look at, is it the lyrics or is it the accompanying background vocal sound?
Yeah, sometimes, music is spiritual, and sometimes it depends on how the inspiration comes to you. You understand? So sometimes, when you listen to some instrumental, you feel like you don't really need to put more lyrics on it. You just have to just jump on it and let people shake the body.
Yeah, true.
You understand? And that's what people want to listen to.
So this one now, I say that the lyrical content was not so, it wasn't the major issue for you.
That's not what I'm saying. Actually, I've recorded a lot of songs, but this particular music is like my obey. I'm trying to let people know who I am and where I'm from. So this is like, I'm appreciating myself. It's like a self-appreciation. You understand? And I'm introducing myself to my fans. So I'm just talking about myself and my hood, Surulere, on this song.
Okay, so what was the content? What about Surulere? What makes Surulere special?
Yes, because, sometimes if your community is not adding to you, you just have to add to it. That's how we can build this country, So that's the only way I can contribute to my hood and where I'm from.
Where are you from? When did this song drop?
I dropped the song like 2-3 months ago.
Wow, it's actually quite cool. Now, you're talking about your transition from gospel. How did it happen? What happened? Tell us the story.
Yeah, actually, my dad is a pastor, and actually, we Africans, especially in this country, if your dad is a Muslim, that means you need to be Muslim. You understand? Your dad is a pastor, so normally you're automatically a Christian and you're a church boy. You have to start from one junior choir to the senior choir. I know that. I formed my home band, started performing in all churches all around Surulere. I know that. That's where I got the fame and support. I know that. You get so. Few years ago, I relocated to Abuja. That's where I met Style Plus, Sohi Baba, and all that. So I started as a backup artist for them. So I performed with them. Imagine Style Plus now performing, being their backup artist, So I made a lot of producers, a lot of dancers, and a lot of people that are into entertainment and all that. Guy, just record one thing like this. So that's how it started.
Great one. I'm really predicting great things for you. This song is wonderful. This song is wonderful. While I grew with this song, I don't know about Chef D. Just came to the house. Chef D. just bullied today. He does, but just Chef D and Mary. What do you feel about this wonderful song from Mayowa?
Interesting performance. Interesting performance.
You should allow us to come and dance.
Let's hear the song. Let's hear the song. And then you should groove. Let's hear the song. Groove now.
Oh yeah,
Chef D, dance.
Let us see.
Nice one. Awesome stuff.
Everybody.
All right, welcome back to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. A lot going on, as you can see. We have this ready to fry. That's our chicken in Chef D's mixture of sauce.
Butter.
Everything.
That's the butter for the chicken.
So the oil is hot.
Yeah, the oil is hot.
We're going to be frying right now.
Yeah, we're going to be frying right now.
Quick one, what are we making again today?
We're making coated chicken in sweet and sour sauce.
Coated chicken in sweet and sour sauce. And the chicken is ready. Now, there's something Chef D taught me. How to make juice. Now, what's the purpose of this type of, this particular type?
I'm just trying to extract the juice out of the pineapple.
So why not just squeeze it or use a juice extractor?
So if you don't have a juice extractor,
This is the option.
Just do it like this.
You just
and at the end, it just keeps punching up. And
by the time the food is ready, everybody will enjoy it, but your own arm will be paining you. But it's part of it.
That's why we are chefs. That's why we work for you.
Okay.
So that you don't go through the stress.
Nah, so.
So I'm double coating now.
Okay, so after this, what are we going to do?
I'm going to be making the sauce.
You're going to be making the sauce. Quickly take us through the process of making the sauce.
We're going to be using tomato paste.
Tomato paste, okay.
Yeah.
What's the first thing we're doing
corn
with it?
flour. We are going to be making use of corn flour. We're making use of
the
brown sugar and this juice.
That's all?
Yeah, for the sauce. Yeah.
So what's the process like?
We're making it here. Just
we're going to put the tomato sauce
in a pot. Put the tomato sauce in a pot. Add some water. Okay. Put this in. Then we're going to put this. We're going to put the corn flour.
And the brown sugar.
Yeah, we're going to dissolve the corn flour in water. Then we're going to pour it in. Okay. And it's going to give us a sauce like this, but not of this taste. Definitely different. Okay. And something very, very extra.
Wow. How long does that take to make?
Less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes.
Definitely.
So at what point do all these go into the dish itself?
When we're almost done.
When we're almost done?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it going inside the sauce, or how exactly are we going to do it?
This is going inside the sauce.
Okay, this is going inside, because you said you're only going to make use of this, and this.
No, this is going inside the sauce.
This is going inside the sauce.
There are toppings. I'm still going to saute this. Okay. So then there are toppings.
Stir fry.
Yeah,
what about
stir fry. With the pineapple.
Everything?
Yeah, with the veggies together.
Wow, wow. Okay, so what Chef D is saying is that he's going to put the tomato sauce, the brown sugar, and the corn flour, as well as the pineapple juice to make a kind of sauce, right?
Definitely.
And then you'll be sauteing the green pepper, the red pepper, and the white onions. After he has sauteed them, he's going to put them in the mixture of the sauce that has been made, right?
Definitely.
And then you're sauteing the pineapple with this as well.
Yeah.
Then, of course, the sauce comes together. But you haven't said anything about the yogurt.
That is after the whole thing is done. I'm using it for serving.
Oh, so this is just for garnishing. What about this?
Yeah, for serving.
Oh, so it's yogurt and cherry.
Yeah, yogurt and cherry.
Ah, all right. This is a very interesting dish. How many people can this serve?
4 people.
4 people?
Yeah, this is a light breakfast. You don't have to eat too much. This is Nigeria. People don't eat too much anymore. Just eat and go to work.
Are you sure? People eat that by in the morning, no? Don't try us on Friday.
The economy is hard, though.
No, but seriously, all of this work just to feed 4 people?
Yes.
I think you just call your neighbors to come and have breakfast or something.
A perfect breakfast.
A perfect breakfast.
Shouldn't have to be too large.
Okay. So, of course, you know pineapples are actually very healthy. Great fruits. Unfortunately, some people suffer some kind of irritation when they take pineapple. There are ways around it. One thing you can do for yourself if you suffer that kind of irritation and you love pineapples is to ensure that when you're about to eat it, you haven't eaten things that trigger it, because there are actually certain things that trigger it. So you should just watch out for what triggers it for you.
No, but most importantly, when they cut in pineapple, they should cut it very nice. Like a lot of people cut pineapple and still leave part of the stems on there.
Tell me all about it. We have to go on a break now. Stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
All right, so something very interesting this morning, talking about fathers and sons. Daddies and boy children, if you know what I mean. Charity Babatunde is the founder of Rave et al., a social enterprise that has been providing capacity building programs for children, teens, and emerging adults over the past 10 years. And she has been equipping them with skills and reinforcing the values needed to do life successfully. Now, this morning she'll be talking to us about the father and the son relationship, which is really, really important. People don't talk about this much. We were just talking now, and I was telling you about the relationship I had with my dad, which was a bit distant because, you know, in the 80s, daddies are usually very busy, and a boy is supposed to be a certain way, if you know what I mean. But tell us about what your own thoughts are about the relationship between the father and the son, especially in the 21st century.
Okay, so it's interesting that you said your dad was distant, because typically, you know, there's this joke about African parents. African fathers tend to generally be quite distant. And I don't know whether it has to do with the pressures that they're going through or what the issue is, but there are they tend to be distant. And then all of a sudden they wake up and then they realize that, wow, it looks like I've missed out a major chunk of my son's life or my child's life, as the case may be. But in the 21st century, it's a bit more interesting because there are many people fathering your children and your sons. Social media is there. And who's a father? A father is a role model, somebody that a son looks up to say, look, this is the person who would show me what life is, especially from a man's perspective. And when he's looking at you, because one of the things we need to realize is that as we're raising children, as fathers are raising their sons, whether they intend to or not, they're actually mentoring their children. Their sons are observing them, and they're wondering, okay, so is this how I do life? What happens when there are bills to be paid and I cannot pay it? I'm watching my dad and I'm saying, is this how I do it? And I like to sum up the father-son relationship. I mean, I love acronyms a lot. And what comes to mind is time. Time, not just in terms of the quantity of time, but the quality. Because yes, there are economic issues, there are social issues, there are a lot of things to take the father's attention. Traditionally, culturally, the father is a breadwinner. The father is the one who goes out, who makes it happen. He goes out, he sorts out things. He's thinking about school fees, he's thinking about bills, he's thinking about how his children will not embarrass him. You know, so there are a lot of issues.
We'll talk about time, you know, in another few minutes, but I just wanted to also how do we find a balance, especially for fathers? I'm a father, and I've got two sons. And we were just talking, and I said my relationship with my two sons is a bit different. You know, there's the older one and the younger one. So I tend to be a bit more maybe empathetic towards the younger one because maybe he's younger. But the older one, I expect there are certain expectations I already have of him because he's about 7 years old and all of that. And sometimes fathers tend to want to impose certain characteristics on their children, especially their sons, especially as they grow older. What are the things that fathers should know, the important things that fathers should know, especially in raising their sons?
Okay, so to put it very simply, calm down. You know, at the end of the day, everything will turn out right. Just know that this is a journey. Every child is different. So you must take out time to know your child. Like you said, your first son is totally different from your second son. Know their differences. Know what it is. Know their interests. Know what it is that makes that child the child he is, so that you can learn how to parent him the way he should be parented. Now, what it is that fathers, like I said, you are aware of what the reality is. You want to protect your child from the hard knocks of life, but you also want him to be a responsible person. You realize that pressure is going to be on you. So look, from 7, you better realize that, wake up and know what you're doing. But by the time you've done it the first time, you begin to see, okay, you know what, he's going to turn out right. Let me just be intentional and begin to do the basics about giving him the skills, the knowledge, the competence to be a responsible person. Because at the end of the day, what does a father want for his son? He wants somebody who's responsible, who is useful not just to himself, but also to the society he finds himself in. And what we're trying to do is to pass on a lot of things to them. Some we got some you, as a father, got from your dad. And you're thinking, you know what, the way my father did it, no, I don't think
probably not working.
I'm not going to do it that way. And then you're thinking, okay, you know what, I think he actually got this right. So I should pass this on to my child. When your child, you see, one of the things is that it's best to start early. It is always better to start early. Now, it doesn't mean that if your child is in his late teens or early 20s that you're late. No, it just means that, one, you have to be a bit more deliberate. Two, you have to play catch up.
So let's talk about the acronym TIME, you know, which is, you summed up the entire father-son relationship in that, TIME. So talk to us about that.
Okay, so TIME, T, talk. Talk. And when I say talk, don't dominate the conversation. Let him talk. What happens is that, you know, they say, I'm your father. This is what I said.
Listen to me.
Listen to me. Yeah. I'm the one talking. No, let him talk. Because there's no way you will know what is going on. Look, I remember once I was having a conversation with my son, and he said, if I don't want you to know anything, you will know. Which is the truth. I mean, except if you have the skills to be a mind reader, it's very difficult that you're going to know what he's thinking. So allow him to talk. Don't be judgmental. A number of fathers are very judgmental, and they're judging against their standards or against the standards that their fathers judge them.
That's because expectations are also very high.
I agree.
And the 21st century is also very challenging.
I agree. Yes. But what do you want? What do you want? You don't want a zombie. You don't want a child who's going to resent you later in life and say, you know what, my father forced me to do this, or my father made me do this. What you want is somebody who has come into his own, who has discovered himself, and who is giving the world the best version of himself.
All right, so let's talk about I.
Okay, I, interest. What are his interests? Because, again, you're always busy working and making money, do you even take time to know what his interests are? Or do you assume that you know his interests? So your son says to you, you know what, I like music and I want to go into entertainment. And you say to your son, forget it, it's not going to happen under my watch. It's not possible. You're going to be a doctor or you're going to be an engineer. I mean, why can't he be both? What are his interests? And don't just fund the interest, which is what a number of people tend to do. You're funding that interest instead of being a part of it. So,
yeah, so your son tells you, I like music. You put him in piano class and just pay for it.
Exactly. Yeah. So why don't you take him out? If his piano, I mean, take him. If there's a recital going on, go with him. If there's a show going on, go with him. Those are times that you can spend bonding. Then we come to M, mentoring. Whether you realize it or not, you're a mentor. You're actually a quiet mentor. He's watching you. Is my father the kind of person who is constantly screaming? Then he feels, you know, they say, improve your argument, don't raise your voice. He then realizes that the only way I can get across is to shout. Or is my father the kind of person who is constantly, you know, he knows what to do, he knows how to sort things out. You're mentoring him. Realize that you're your son's mentor. And then E, empathy, which I think is where, I mean, one of the things I do is talk a lot with young people. And generally, you tend to hear them say that Nigerian parents are very funny. They're embarrassed to even tell you about what their life was. So empathize. Remember, you were once a guy. You went to parties, you jumped fence, you did all those things. You learned lessons from them, but talk to him about it. This is it. These are the consequences of some of the choices that I made. Tell them about the good choices, the bad choices, the great choices that you've made, and how it has impacted your life. So
basically, show your son that you understand.
Exactly, and that you're authentic. Don't pretend. They always make fun, you know, that every father in Nigeria came first. Who came last? I mean, you know what, I failed. But I learned from that experience that this is what I should do so that next time it doesn't happen. These are the consequences. You know what? There was a time I made some really bad choices and substance abuse, then talk to them. Look, you know what? When you're talking to them about things like sex and other, be authentic, talk to them, empathize, realize that, look, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to want to go into a relationship with somebody. And these are the things she may tell you she's not interested. So empathize, talk to them, T. Spend time with them. I, be interested in their interests. M, mentor. And then E, empathize.
Wow, this is absolutely amazing. I mean, the first thing you told me today, the first advice you gave me was calm down.
Yeah,
As a father, you have to calm down because
Absolutely.
there's so much pressure and, you know, you want to pass on that pressure to your son because you don't want your son making the same mistakes.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
For giving us that acronym, talk, interest, mentoring and empathy. That's T-I-M-E, time.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Romy. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
All right, so there's lots more on Wake Up Nigeria. I hope you learned something just now, especially to our fathers out there. We'll be right back after this break.
excellent morning to you once again. Our week is obviously, definitely going to be looking up. So
I thought you were going to say the week is almost over. Like
no, why? You entered my flow again.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay, can we go to the top?
It's Titi's birthday this Friday.
Yes, it is.
So we're taking gifts. The email address. What's that email address for sending? Yeah.
Really? Just Google me.
Account number, account details will be.
Google me. My
name
is Titi Layo
Oyinsan. We'll put the account details on Instagram so you can send in funds.
Okay, well,
let's fund her presidential
ambition. It's actually
ambition.
Interesting you should mention that, because every year on my birthday, we raise funds for 30 girls to go to school. So there is an account number you can use on my Instagram page, just so you know.
Yeah.
But
I got that email.
It's
so, and if you're just tuning in, don't fret, we'll still have you covered for the rest of the show. Yes. Another 1 hour with us. But we have things looking up.
Yes, indeed.
Lots
Chef D is back in the kitchen, looking fly and fresh and frying something funky fried fresh.
Whatever that is.
Yes.
It looks good.
Really good. Sweet and sour on point. And now, if you like to keep up with our celebrities, Mike and Honeypot will be bringing us the gist from the world of entertainment. Now, blood donation is also something that should become a culture, right? It should be something everyone should imbibe.
Yes, indeed. And Abimbola Ashigbe is going to be, she has a fascinating report talking about donating blood.
Yes, indeed. And in an inspirational mood, we have Thelma Okonji. Now, she is from Thelma Cleans. She'll be telling us, talking to us about her inspiring story. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait.
So it looks good. It looks good. Things are taking shape.
Yes, they are. In fact, the week started really, really well. You know, everybody is still like in the middle of that whole, the month has just started mood. You know,
there's still lots of money in the account.
Exactly.
From the salaries that have been paid. So
fantastic. So everybody's getting their shopping done.
If you're not, deep in debt and paying off, people that you're owing.
If you've been watching Wake Up Nigeria, you shouldn't be, because we have so many financial experts coming to advise you.
Exactly.
By now, you should have learned something new.
We should have more of those. We haven't had those in a while. We're going to be doing that.
But if you missed them, hit us up on YouTube. All our clips of all those interviews, all the talks and discussions we've had, they're right there on YouTube.
Personal finance.
Go back. Yeah.
I think it's time for the news update now, and IK is on standby for us.
All right, thanks very much indeed, Yomi. Now, Acting President Yemi Osinbajo has expressed regret and sadness over the tragic deaths of 9 National Youth Service Corps members in a river in Gashaka local government area of Taraba State. They were among 22 youth corps members who had gone on a picnic around the area when the incident happened. Extending condolence to families and relatives of the victims on behalf of himself and the federal government, the Acting President said that the nation had lost some of its talented and productive young people in their prime. And Governor Darius Ishaku of Taraba State has also condoled with the National Youth Service Corps and families of 9 corps members who drowned in a river in the state on Saturday. Ishaku, in a statement by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Bala Dan Abu, described the incident as unfortunate, pathetic and regrettable. Ishaku advised corps members to always inform officials of the NYSC and authorities of their primary assignments before they travel to the state to provide adequate security and safety coverage. Meanwhile, the state coordinator of NYSC, Florence Yaku, disclosed that 7 corpses have been recovered. According to her, search exercise is still ongoing to find the remaining 2. It should be recalled that 9 out of 22 corps members who participated in that picnic drowned in Gashaka River, that's in Gashaka local government area. And now to reflect membership of their new party, members of the Lorraine West chapter of the People's Democratic Party have burnt their PDP membership cards and also repainted their secretariat building to the color of the All Progressives Congress. The PDP chairman in Ilorin West local government area of Kwara State, Abdul Sulaiman, said that 95% of PDP members and the council have all defected to the APC. Ilorin West local government is where the Senate President Bukola Saraki hails from. Receiving the defective members, the chairman caretaker committee of the APC in the state, Bashir Balarawa, lauded them for collapsing the 12 wards of the PDP and charged them to work towards ensuring that APC emerging victorious in next year's general elections. Now, the People's Democratic Party caucus in the House of Representatives says that it has uncovered a plot by some All Progressives senators allegedly being aided by security agencies to invade the Senate chamber and then impeach Senate President Bukola Saraki. This was contained in a statement signed by its acting leader, Onyema Chukwuka, at the end of a closed-door meeting at the National Assembly complex. The caucus says that the clamor for the National Assembly to reconvene over urgent national issues is a ploy targeted at effecting a change in the leadership of the Senate. The lawmakers believe that a trend of events must be resisted by all Democrats and well-meaning Nigerians and warned against acts that will cause the nation's young democracy to slide into a gulf of dictatorship. An All Progressives Congress legislator has described his PDP colleagues as meddlesome interlopers crying foul where there is none. Mohammed Mangano from Borno State sees no reason why both chambers of the National Assembly would reconvene as a matter of national importance, especially on INEC's budget for 2019 general election, as well as President Muhammadu Buhari's request for environment. Reacting to the alleged impeachment plot against Senate President Bukola Saraki, Mangano says not reconvening may be tantamount or equal to postponing the doomsday. What else the news update at the moment? Again, we'll bring you a weather forecast. This show continues after then. Door meeting at the National Assembly complex. The caucus says that the clamor for the National Assembly to reconvene over urgent national issues is a ploy targeted at effecting a change in the leadership of the Senate. The lawmakers believe that a trend of events must be resisted by all Democrats and well-meaning Nigerians and warned against acts that will cause the nation's young democracy to slide into a gulf of dictatorship. An All Progressives Congress legislator has described his PDP colleagues as meddlesome interlopers crying foul where there is none. Mohammed Mangano from Borno State sees no reason why both chambers of the National Assembly would reconvene as a matter of national importance, especially on INEC's budget for 2019 general election, as well as President Muhammadu Buhari's request for environment. Reacting to the alleged impeachment plot against Senate President Bukola Saraki, Mangano says not reconvening may be tantamount or equal to postponing the doomsday. What else the news update at the moment? Again, we'll bring you a weather forecast. This show continues after then.
All right. Okay, welcome. This is Sports once again. Now, the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Solomon Dalong, on Monday inaugurated a 6-man reconciliation committee to bring a lasting solution to the lingering crisis in the Nigeria Football Federation. Inaugurating the committee in Abuja, Dalong said the NFF crisis has already impeded the desired growth and development of football in the country. Dalong said the committee was set up following a decision taken at the Stakeholders Roundtable on Governance Challenges of the NFF held in July in Abuja. He said the committee's inauguration on Monday marked yet another milestone in the collective efforts to rescue Nigerian football and set it on a path of sustainable growth. Dalong urged the committee to identify the causes of a current leadership crisis in the NFF, evaluate the dimensions of the crisis and the contribution of the actors to the issues. Members of the committee are former NFF presidents Ibrahim Galadima and Anthony Kojo Williams, Onyege Wado, Samsam Jaja and Bolaji Ojoba. Tanzania have appointed former Nigerian winger Emmanuel Amunike as the new head coach of a national team. Okay, now, Spanish La Liga outfit, of course, have completed the signing of Moses Seaman, who joined Levante for an undisclosed fee in a 5-year deal from Belgium outfit Ghent. Okay, so Mary is supposed to be in the kitchen now, but I might just come and take over from there because what she's doing with Chef D.
This kitchen.
They're doing some magic
5 minutes
there.
ago.
Okay, guys,
so you
what's
can
up?
come and take over from where you continue. People will see your picture on social media. They'll see all the things you were up to. All right, welcome back to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. As you can see, Chef D has been very busy. What's in here right now?
We have the veggies in there and pineapple and onions. So we're going to saute this for about 3 to 5 minutes, which we have done.
Yeah.
So that we're taking it out.
So there's no oil in this. Like I asked him why, and
there's no oil. We have enough juice from the pineapple that is enough to cook this down through, and that's what you're seeing right now.
So no oil at all.
No oil at all. We're good. We got this together.
Green pepper, red pepper,
white onions,
and pineapple. That's all. That's all that's in there. See color on my screen. Oh my goodness, looks really good. Okay, so what's the next thing we're doing? So, now, I wanted to ask you something. Some people might not have access to soy sauce.
Yeah.
You know,
for
is there an alternative?
Yeah, for people who don't have access to soy sauce, they should use Maggi seasoning. Like,
okay, they can use Mr.
Chef Maggi.
Chicken or beef, which one would you recommend
chicken
for this
is better.
dish?
Chicken is better.
Okay, because of the chicken we're making.
Yeah, we make it chicken, so chicken is much more better.
Okay, okay. That's if you don't have soy sauce. So this is also a very good alternative. What's the next thing we're doing after taking this out?
Now we are making the sauce.
The sauce. Yay, finally. We fried the chicken. I should show them what the chicken looks like.
Yeah, you should show them right now so they see how crispy the chicken looks.
Yes, just look at this. The chicken is crispy, like good enough to eat it all up. It's like what you buy from a restaurant. The colors on the screen, oh my gosh. I just love colors in food, really. But just look at this chicken. Nice, delicious. All right, so are we putting oil in there?
No oil.
No oil?
Yeah. So,
okay.
We're gonna be using a tablespoon of salt.
Okay, just a tablespoonful?
Yeah, just a tablespoonful of salt. But here we go with some water here.
Okay. Water goes into the pan first?
Yeah, water goes into the pan.
Are you going to be boiling the water and salt or things going immediately?
Things going immediately. Okay. That's why it's not yet on the heat.
Okay, okay. Sounds fantastic. We're making coated chicken in sour and cream
sweet
sauce.
And sour sauce.
Sweet and sour sauce. That's what we're making today. Coated chicken in sweet and sour sauce. So you'll be seeing all the process. If you missed it, of course, you know, you can always check us out on YouTube. Just look for Wake Up Nigeria on YouTube. And of course, you see everything you missed today. A little bit of water.
Yeah, to make the
corn flour into a paste.
Yeah, the corn flour into it.
Okay.
And that's fine.
This is very interesting. I've seen different ways of making this sauce, and I've never seen this style, especially the fact that you didn't put oil into that.
No.
It's a huge surprise.
So now we go with brown sugar. 2 spoons of brown sugar.
It's 2 tablespoons.
Yeah, it's gonna melt in the. And this is apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
It goes in.
How much of that?
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons as well. So far, water, salt, brown sugar, 2 tablespoons. Can you, or if you don't have brown sugar, can you substitute with honey or something? Or white sugar itself?
Yeah, you can, but brown sugar is better.
It's the best for it?
Yeah, it's the best for it.
Okay, that's fine. And then, of course, this is blended tomato, right?
No, tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce. Yeah, so we're pouring that in. So after the tomato sauce, what goes in? The corn flour. After the corn flour, what goes in?
We're done.
We're done. So we put the veggies and every other thing inside.
Yeah, we put the veggies back in here.
Yay.
That will make the chicken and we are almost ready.
Yay. Well, I wish you could see all of the process, but we have something exciting coming up. Don't worry, at the end of the show, you'll see the finished product. However, it's time for a break now, after which Mike and Honeypot will give us scoop from our celebrities when we return. Stay with us, it's Wake Up Nigeria.
Wake Up Nigeria, and it's entertainment news. I've got a very excited and exciting personality in the house. She's looking all fly today. Honeypot is in the house.
Really?
It's good to have
you. Oh, really?
This your dress is making sense. So I like it. I say dress. What is it? It's a joggers or what now?
Tracksuit.
Tracksuit. But it's not just a normal tracksuit.
Normal.
It has some
flowery. Thank you so much for having me this morning. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Okay, so let's get straight to it. Cardi B is in the news. She is, I respect that girl, one word or the other. She has been making a lot of moves, and this time it seems she
Money moves, man.
Money moves. Going up the rankings and all of that, doing big things. But then she has hired a Jenner. What's the story there?
Okay, so Kris Jenner. They were hanging out this weekend, over the weekend, and it's about business, and she wanted to be part of our management, and she wanted to bring in deals to clothing deals and makeup deals. Okay. So we're actually looking forward to all of those things they're doing together. Wow. Because she was, you know, she's funny like that. Yeah. I think that she should be a stand-up comedian too.
The lady, she doesn't care. She just lives her life. She says anything.
So she said that, oh, she's part of the Money family and all of this, and some people are thinking, why do you want to do business with these people? I do hope that you would not regret it in the long run. But, well, let's just keep our fingers crossed and our eyes peeled and see what happens eventually.
Cool, kudos. Of course, she shared that picture with Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian. And that was quite a big one. That's where she made all the statements about, oh, that she's joined the big league and all of that. Well, I like that girl. She can say what she wants.
And she's still recovering, though.
Yeah, and then she cancelled her tour with Bruno Mars.
She did, but she's been living large. They bought a house with Offset, together, the husband.
Lamborghini.
And Lamborghini. Oh, my gosh.
She's making things happen. All right. Okay, moving on from that, let's look at local news. We have quite a lot of stuff there. And it's Kelly Handsome and Don Jazzy.
Oh.
Is it? I don't. Okay, now, he made mention, while celebrating somebody else, he took a shot at Don Jazzy, and it was not so subtle a shot.
It wasn't. It was talking about they've been trying to arrest him for a very long time. It happened twice or thereabouts, what he wrote there. It was a very heavy one at that. But then, yesterday we talked about it, and it was almost like, okay, it wants to be in the news. You know, Kelly Handsome, like, he's not nice like that. He's had grudges with D'banj, with MI. And this, now it's Don Jazzy. I wouldn't know if it is a publicity stunt kind of thing, but I think that there should be an iota of truth there. Something along that line should have happened.
If you wanted to arrest you, why don't you tell us what would have necessitated that? What caused it?
But he said something again that they wanted to. There was a time like that they lied on him, and then they said that it was involved in some fraud and laptop, a stolen laptop or something of that sort. But he has to come out and be very clear.
Very
make
clear,
it clear
right?
to
Make
us.
it clear. All right. Okay, moving on from that, Uche Ogbodo is in the news, and this story is quite interesting because, you know, a number of people would say they say they don't mind being single mothers, right? But then she stated something. She said it's not quite easy having to raise a kid without a father figure in the kid's life. Do you think that she's actually speaking the hearts of many single mothers?
I think she's speaking for herself, because in this world these days, do not think that because you are at the bus stop that all of you are going to the same place.
Hey! Only put I just drop one.
But really, you are the bus stop and then you think that people are, or you want to cross and you think that everybody or people are standing beside the road and you think that everybody wants to cross. She's just speaking for herself, and she's saying the truth. She's saying that, see, it is not easy, especially with the fact that she has to explain to this child every now and then when she asks after her father. And she doesn't even know what to say sometimes, and she cries, and it pains her. So she's just saying the truth, and she's saying her mind, and it's good that she's saying the truth, because some people will be pretending. It's good, though.
It's good, right? Okay, but I get your point now. You're saying that, look, whichever way, there are no absolutes. Look, what rocks one's boots is what to sing the other person's boots.
Strokes for different folks.
But I like that you're saying it. Say it again.
I don't know. The thing just came like that.
Just came like that.
Now I forgot.
I'm using the English version. Say because all of us day one bus stop, no mean say we go the same place.
The same place.
Nice one, nice one. Okay, moving on from that, we have a story here. This Waje has been in the news, and she called out her former PA.
Yeah, right? She just said that she's had 4 PAs in 3 months. Madam. And that's an issue on its own. Like, oh, really? Like,
okay.
It brings a lot of things to mind. I saw it and I'm like, oh, is it that she's so hard to work with or something? I mean, that was the first thing I thought.
That's one point. But now, she stated, or she called out the PA that a number of young people don't want to work. They just want to get up there and all that.
And that success is not easy. It is not just taking pictures.
Okay, and the PA replied that she drives people to the extreme, that she didn't have any time, that she just wanted time to go write an exam or something.
Yeah, she said that she wanted time off to write her exams, but she still wanted to maintain her job. She didn't want to quit the job. And then one time she took ill, and she asked them to take her to the hospital, but she did not do anything about, the payment at the hospital. But that was fine with her. But when she now left, she didn't pay her. She said she was on probation, and she was on probation, and I saw the follow-up story to it that the girl has received an alert, and then she has received her money.
Okay, but let's look at the general how people treat or how people work with personal assistants here in Nigeria. It's
not only personal assistants. So our work ethics here in Nigeria is just very different.
Right?
It's cut across. I mean, it's just everywhere.
A personal assistant is more or less like a maid or something, or
maybe
somebody that does everything.
Maybe some people think that they should do some chores, carry bags, and then when you get to maybe help you flush your toilet or something.
Yeah, but
I know, but I'm just saying.
No, okay, but then.
But that girl said that PAs to somebody's, children that they are not classified maids.
There's a particular video I saw some few weeks or months back. It was Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton. Kim Kardashian was carrying bags or something, hanging around Paris Hilton and all of that. So you're a PA today does not mean that tomorrow now, where your level is, now nobody can talk to you.
Really,
right?
It's true. But I think that no matter what that person does for you, you should just respect that person's work and let them just do what. Sometimes you don't even like somebody's guts, and then the person is doing the job.
Yeah.
Can you just allow that person to do the job? You don't have to like the person's face. You don't have to like the person's guts. Just let the person do the job, okay? Once there is the input and then the output, it's okay, it's fine.
Okay. All right, that's all we can take. Thank you very much. It was good having you. I'll end with that your statement. Very strong. So all of us, day junction, don't mean say we all go the same place. Write that one down. See, that's something strong. All right, we have to move on, and we're talking blood donation, which is really something everybody should be a part of, and our very own Bimbo Bodashi Ashegbe has a report on that. Enjoy this.
Did you know that your blood isn't just yours alone? By donating blood, you contribute to the efforts of medical practitioners to save lives.
I decided to donate blood because I think there are a lot of people that need it, and if I have excess, I should be willing to give.
Well, I always take it like when you donate blood, you always feel like you want to collapse or something. They have to put you in a special place. But I'm still me. I didn't feel any different in such a way.
As with all things health related, donating blood is a careful procedure.
Okay, first you need to know if you're eligible to donate blood, because in as much as you want to help and donate, not everybody can donate blood. Okay, so you must be about the age of 18 must be less than 65 years or so, between 18 and 65 years can donate. Then your body weight must be more than 50 kg, 50 kilogram. Then you shouldn't have any disease that you can transmit, HIV, syphilis, and the rest, hepatitis. You shouldn't have those in your blood at the moment. Then if you have piercings or tattoos, you might need to be deferred for 12 months afterward before you can donate. And even after you've been cleared of all of those things, because you have to test your blood for them, you also need to check your hemoglobin level. Hemoglobin is what carries oxygen from one part of the body to the other. So you need to know how much of hemoglobin you have so you can know if you are fit to donate. So it's between the range of 12 to 16. So if it's about 12 to 16 grams per DL, then you can donate blood. They check blood pressure to ensure that you don't have any cardiac disease, any heart disease, because you don't want to have a heart disease and then you're donating blood because you need the blood yourself. So if your blood pressure is a bit high, they might want to tell you to come back when you then control your blood pressure.
If you have ever wondered what it feels like to donate blood, here's your answer.
The body has about 5 liters of blood, give or take. And a pint contains about 450 mils of blood. That's like half of a liter of blood. So the reason why you don't want to take more than that is because by the time you take half of a liter, you want to give the body enough time to reproduce the blood. Okay? And that's why even after you donate now, the doctors will tell you can't donate until the next 3 months because they want you to recover. Because if you just keep on donating blood, you yourself will get weak and you'll be in need of blood yourself. After donating blood, you just need to rest. Because when you have blood taken out of you, you may feel a little dizzy, lightheaded. So you just need to rest, take fluids, either water or soft drinks. Take fluids that will just replace, because water is fluid, so you're taking out fluid from the body. So you need fluids to replace that which is lost, and then you just rest, and that's it. Your body will heal itself.
From interacting with people, one finds that the reason for giving blood varies from one donor to the other.
In the year 2013, my mom had a major fibroid surgery, and it was difficult for her to get more blood because she had complications. So I mean, it was a blood donor. We had to like scout around for a blood donor, and it was the blood donor that helped, save the life of my mom.
A lot of people have a lot of issues, like sickle cell patients, for example, that won't let them have enough blood, in quotes. So I have enough for me and enough to give out. That's like a lot of people feel, oh, it's not enough for me, I don't have enough blood and all that. So I feel the need to give what I have. I mean, it's blood. And if you don't give it, I mean, what else am I using it to do? So I feel the need to help out in the way I can. And then also my body gains from it because more cells, more red cells are, gotten over time and all that. So it's an advantage to me and to the next person that needs it.
I have never done it before, so this is my first time. It was just normal. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel lightheaded or anything. I thought I'll feel dramatic after, but it was just normal.
Now that you're armed with information, keep in mind that this action might just be equal to saving someone's life.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Thelma Okonji is the founder and CEO of Thelma Cleans, a professional cleaning outfit in Lagos and Abuja. Now, the venture started in a bid to pay her way through school. Now, as a student, this one-man business has grown since then, or should I say it's a one-woman business. And she has a team of 10 full-time staff and about 50 contract staff that work with her. Thelma is also a clean energy advocate and clean environment advocate as well. Welcome to the studio, Thelma.
Thank you.
I'm really pleased to meet you because female entrepreneurs, I really love speaking with them, hearing their experiences, and I know that a lot of people can learn from what you went through. So can you take us through how you started?
Okay. My name is Thelma Okonji, Seaman. I started Thelma Cleans. When I started, I didn't even know I started. Okay. Because I started cleaning in school. To pay my way through
Was
school.
it your colleagues or?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So I had issues with my finances to pay for my school fees back then. So I would tell my friends that I could wash their clothes for them.
Okay.
So I started with washing my friends' clothes, because usually I was actually squatting with some of them back then. So I washed, I cleaned, and then gradually it picked.
Okay.
Started cleaning a lot of places, started washing clothes.
Okay.
After a while, I was able to gather some money.
So I have to ask you now, if you washed, let's say, 10 outfits for a classmate of yours, how much would they give you?
That would be 1,005 sefa.
Oh, okay. So this wasn't in Nigeria?
No, it wasn't in Nigeria.
Where was this?
It was in Benin Republic.
Benin Republic. So
Yes.
you were schooling in Benin Republic,
Yes.
and you were hard on funds and started helping people clean.
Yes.
But I don't know how much that is in Naira, 1,500 sefa.
Back then, that was about 700 Naira.
700 Naira.
Yes.
Okay. And then suddenly it started picking up.
Yes, it did.
So how did it become a business proper?
Okay, so when I graduated, I didn't go into cleaning immediately.
Okay.
I started working as a marketer, and then after a while, I got a job at Lutz,
Okay.
University Teaching Hospital, Lagos, Ijababa. And then I was working as an admin staff. 3 months into it, I wasn't comfortable. Not like I wasn't comfortable, I just knew I couldn't do this for a long time. I couldn't stay the whole 35 years of civil service.
Okay.
And
Which is what happens to a lot of people.
Yes.
Okay.
And that period, they hadn't paid salaries in like 2 months because we're having issues with the management were having issues with the federal government. Our salaries were on hold.
Okay.
So I called up a friend and I told her that I wanted to start cleaning again. And she said,
what was her
okay.
reaction?
And she was like, okay. She was really, really supportive of me. Okay. She was very, very supportive. And I said, okay, that she's going to loan me the money to start.
How much was that money?
10,000 Naira.
So 10,000 Naira, what did you use it to buy?
Cleaning materials.
So like broom?
Soap,
okay.
Soap, then cleaners, just cleaning supplies,
okay.
basically.
All right.
And then I tweeted it on Twitter that I am into cleaning and into my WhatsApp contact list back then, podcast messages. And then so I got my first job, a doctor in Lutz, and she paid me 1,005 to clean a single room in one-man hostel.
And that's how it started?
That's how it started.
So I'm feeling like there must have been a lot of pressure. There could be pressure from family who are wondering, why are you cleaning? Or am I wrong?
No, you're right. So I resigned at work.
You resigned?
Yes, I did.
Immediately, okay.
Yeah, I resigned at work and I didn't tell anybody at home I was resigning. Now, my uncle is a boss in Lutz.
Okay.
So I got home that day and my mom, my sis, her husband, and he has already told them that he heard I resigned, but he doesn't want to believe it. So when I got home that evening, I resigned 10 days to salary.
Wow.
I wanted to prove something to myself. I told myself, if I don't earn 3 times my salary, by the time my salary is supposed to come in, then I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I got home that afternoon, it was around 3 p.m., and I told them that I had resigned at work. And they could not, nobody could believe why. And I was trying to explain, like, can't you work and then do it as a side hustle? And I said I was not going to give it the proper time. I'm going to focus on it. So, like, I wanted to. And my sister went...
Well, she went crazy?
You are a graduate of international relations.
Wow.
Cleaning, you don't even have a business card. You're not even... I don't understand, like, what do you want to make from this? And she was so angry that afternoon. And my mom was just sitting, she was just quiet. And she said she knew she could not see me doing this civil service job. So she understands.
Okay.
And then, so
I'm really, I'm feeling the emotion behind your parents, because I'm thinking of my daughter finally finishes school and then suddenly, goes into cleaning. So I know that it must have been hard at the beginning, but then you raised capital enough from your friend.
Yes.
You got cleaning materials, and before your salary was supposed to come, you had made about 3 times
my salary. Yes,
your salary.
Did. Yes, I did.
But then that's how many years ago now?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yes.
So from then to now, how has the journey been?
It has been rough, it has been smooth. Different mixture of emotions, because sometimes I told myself I'm going to quit.
Wow.
Like, there are days I'll be like, okay, I'm no more doing, like, I'm just going to bring out my CV and then start looking for jobs. And then when I remember that there are families depending on me, especially my cleaners, I continue. I like, okay, let me just keep going.
Okay, so these cleaners that work with you, I mentioned earlier that you have 10 full-time staff and about 50 contract staff. So what do the 10 full-time staff do for you right now?
Okay, so we attach cleaners to people's home.
Okay.
There are people that want cleaning services, though some people twice, some people once monthly.
Oh, a month?
Yes,
okay.
some monthly, some weekly, because people are really busy and they don't have time to clean properly, deep clean in their homes. So there's those that we attach to people's homes, and then we do post-construction cleaning too.
Okay, so I'm thinking you had to have got this knowledge from somewhere. Did you go for any course, any training to sort of boost your knowledge in this area?
No, I didn't.
So who are you learning all this strategy from?
I was learning on the job.
Okay.
I learned on the job, and then I read a lot. I'm someone that read a lot. So most of the time I Google, I go into, like, if you tell me now you want me to, okay, let me give you an example. There was a day someone called me and said he wants to pressure wash his wall.
Okay.
That they are arguing, so they want to repaint. And I was like, pressure wall.
You didn't
know.
How
Did they do it?
Pressure
and then I
wash.
went to and then I went to Google and then I watched a video of. I'm like, okay. So I have this customer that rents before I got my machines. I had this customer that used to rent machines for me back then. So I went to him and told him that I want to wash a wall. So he said, okay, madam, there is a machine. So he gave me the pressure washer machine, and then he taught myself and my staff
to do
there, right there. So we washed the gutter in Lawansin.
Wow.
Those very dirty gutters, just to, to show us how it does, how it works. So from there, we took it to a client house and then we did the job. And we did it very well.
Amazing, amazing.
We did 2 duplexes that day.
Wow. Okay, so I know that, on YouTube, via Google, there are a lot of videos and things that can help people. Yes. But how did you get to develop people's trust in you? So it's one thing to have one customer that's your friend or former colleague, but then how did you get other customers to begin to trust in your services?
Okay, so Twitter is a wonderful social media platform. When I started, I had this fear. Someone actually told me that. When I started, I had this fear. Someone actually told me that, what would you do if a staff steals from a client? Wow. And once a client trust is broken, my job is a word of mouth. It is referral. Before you pick me, you have to ask somebody, have you used thermal cleans before? And if they tell you yes, okay, you have the confidence to actually do it. So usually I have to instill that fear into my cleaners. Nobody's perfect. So I've told them. So even when they are coming to work with me, we go through different series of checking their backgrounds. Wow. I get my lawyer. I have a complaint lawyer. So we get our lawyers, we draft papers, we go to your house and check for your guarantors, we look for your parents. So things like that, just to protect the complaint itself.
Okay.
And then so...
I'm so pleased to hear about all these things you're putting in place to make sure that, your customers have trust in your business and in you, of course. And I wish we could continue this conversation. I will be checking out for your tweets because I know this is how you started your business. You are a classic case of a one-man business that started on the internet, literally on the internet. Yes. And I have to say thank you for coming to share your story with us.
Thank you very much for
having
having
me.
me.
To go over to the kitchen now. We're going to be going for breakfast. I know you like to clean, but I hope you like to eat too.
Yes, I do.
All right, then, let's go. Let's go. Thelma Cleans. I'm really, really interested in finding out more about your online education that you got.
Hey, Thelma,
Please,
this way.
Take a seat. Aha, so
Thelma, you're welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Yes. We've got Chef D here, and he's made this awesome dish. He'll be telling you about it. So, Chef D.
Yeah, so good morning, Thelma.
Good morning, Chef.
Yeah, so you've been doing great cleaning. So let me refurbish your system.
Lines.
So we have cooked chicken in sweet and sour sauce. And it tastes so wonderful.
All right.
Just like a new building.
Sweet and sour sauce. Okay, so what's this thing over here?
This is cherry tomatoes.
Okay, cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, this is
yogurt.
This is Greek yogurt.
And then what's the brown thing under it?
There's a sauce.
Okay, the same sauce.
Everything here is sweet and sour.
Man.
Sweet and sour. All right.
Yeah. Sweet and sour Chef D.
So, Thelma, please tell us what you think about this.
And I'm gonna just help myself too. Please.
Really?
Yes, Chef D, what do you
Yummy.
think?
Yeah,
please tell me. Mike, you always tell with the pots. Can't you tell with the chicken? Just take this one.
No.
Take it.
No.
Sweet and sour sauce.
No. Good.
The kind of you cannot even say anything to.
Is that a good or bad? Good. Good. I like that.
Really good. Excellent.
Oh, wow. Now, Chef D, my stomach is rumbling. I think we should wrap up the show now. I'm hungry. But we've...
We want to say happy birthday to... before that, let's do Homely Angie, who's one of our sponsors here on the show, Kitchen Accessories. Thank you.
Thank you so much also to Fola at Fola's Place for our hairstyling.
Thank you, Fola.
We love you.
I want to say a big happy birthday to one of our fitness trainers here called T-Fit.
Yes. Happy birthday, T-Fit. Yes, because of you. We know how to, he's a very lively guy.
Yeah, he is. All right, so we're going to be back with the Wednesday edition of the show tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Yes, indeed.
And it's going to be really, really nice. Thanks, guys, for coming. Well done, Chef D.
Yeah,
Good job.
Chef
Good job.
D.
Good job.
Have a nice day.
Mike, please don't touch that pot.